Всім привіт! Раді вітати вас на нашому каналі Binarix. Вперше на нашій платформі став доступний для інвестування та співволодіння будь-який комплекс Bubble із 5 просторих віл, що вже побудовано та доступно для вашого інвестування на нашій платформі від $500. Віли гарантують 11% дохідності у перший рік, і ви можете також кожні свої $20-30 зароблених реінвестувати складеним відсотком по своїй стратегії. Що можна дізнатися сьогодні у нашому відео про будь-який комплекс? Хто володів об'єктом до цього, хто буде керувати об'єктом, які фінансові показники, частотні звітності. Більш детально почути все від представника керуючої компанії, яка надає нам такі відсотки.
Hello guys, today we are at Bubble Villas with representative of the Brown Sugar Management Company. Hey Chris, nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Okay, Chris, tell me a little bit more about yourself, probably make short introduction. What are you doing here? For how long are you in Bali? Why you choose Bali for yourself? And why you choose to build business here?
Yeah, my name is Chris. I'm from Cape Town in South Africa. I run Brown Sugar Villas here in the beautiful Bali, the best place in the world in my opinion. I first came here as a visitor in 2011, fell in love with it immediately, and about a decade later I managed to make it a second home and now a permanent home. And yeah, what a great place to start a business.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Actually, like, personally me, I love South Africa too, because I was living there for 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is like also amazing place, and this is the second place where I would like to live. Maybe like soon we will start selling the villas in South Africa too.
Yeah, the only place that beats Cape Town in my opinion is Bali.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really satisfying.
So I'm very lucky
that we are doing it here. So, could you please tell me a little bit more about Brown Sugar? How many villas you have under the management? How long are you operating in that business?
Okay, so we started Brown Sugar 3 years ago. We currently have about 30 villas under management, and yeah, looking for more. Always opportunities around here.
Yeah, it's actually like there is a lot of construction, and that's great that you managing that villas. I see they're in pretty good condition, and I make the overview when I came here for the first time, and the villas is constructed like 1 year ago, yeah?
Yeah. And Bali has everything from the cheap traditional joglos, beautiful wooden houses, all the way to the top end. So
yeah,
there's quality villas here if you know where to find them.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that's good stuff that you're doing here. And I have the small question for our investors, because
Sure.
they are interested about who is owning that complex right now, because we're buying the whole complex, so from 5 villas. Who is the currently owners?
So as you said, Bubbles Complex, where we're right now, it's got 5 villas. 2 of them are owned by a Ukrainian national, and the other 3 are owned by people from Australia, from Germany, and from the Netherlands.
Okay, awesome, awesome. And when the construction was started, probably you're not construction guy, but
No.
but maybe you know, like, how fast the villas was sold when that was construction?
Yeah, last year, I think from the point that construction started, all of them were sold in under 6 months. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty good, because, and I think it's also because not only the villas, how they are built, but also that view that is behind us.
This is one of my favorite. You know, it's a little bit further away from the beach and surrounded by rice fields, so definitely not hard to sell in this area.
Probably it's the perfect place for the digital nomads, right?
Yeah, yeah, nice and quiet. You're close to the beach, but you're also close to rice fields, quiet coffee shops all around you. So this is the kind of area where I love to live.
So what is the target audience for that villa to rent it out? I am right now living in villa that have rice fields view, but here it's more amazing actually, because it's more space here in villa.
Very green.
And very green actually, yeah. And I love that vibe, you know, like when you're waking up, you see that rice fields and all this stuff. But I understand that we're a little bit further from the beach right now, and probably that area is not for the short term, right? Could you please tell me a little bit more about what is the strategy of the rentals for that area?
Yeah, short-term people are usually trying to get as close to the beach as possible, but we focus on mid to long-term, 3 to 12 months. And those people, often digital nomads, they want some peace and quiet, you know. Love having my morning coffee next to the pool and not hearing bikes around me.
That's actually that's really good. And as I understand right now, all the villas is not sold out but rented out, right?
Yeah.
So because when I just came here, I saw the guy sitting working on the computer in the office.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, people come to Bali for different reasons. Some people, yeah, if you want to surf, you want to be as close to the beach as possible.
Yeah.
If you're on a honeymoon, you might be in the middle of the jungle. But here, this kind of best of both worlds, it's digital nomad country here.
Yeah, okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. And what about that? Actually, I have a couple of questions about the land.
Go ahead.
And here we are buying that villas for the freehold. So we are focused right now more on the freehold land because that's more understandable for people because it's some kind of ownership of the villas. So could you please tell me a little bit more about the freehold conditions and for how long like the freehold exists, and if that green beautiful field will be not built like constructed in a couple of years?
Yeah, so obviously it's not legal for foreign nationals to own land here in Bali. So the popular thing to do is a freehold, where you essentially rent land from the Indonesian government for 80 years with possibility for renewal. And that's something that's happening a lot around this area.
Yeah, and as I understand, like the freehold will be under the company, right?
Yeah, so an Indonesian company owns the land and you then essentially become a shareholder in that company.
Okay, awesome. So what about that beautiful rice field? Because for me, it's really important when I'm living in somewhere or when I'm buying something, it's to have that kind of view. And can I be sure that the rice field will be not removed and something will be here constructed?
Yes, that is definitely a wonderful thing. Areas such as this here in Tumbak Bayu and other areas are on the border of what is called the green zone. So it is illegal for anyone to build in this area. There are other parts closer to the beach where you might see rice fields disappearing, but over here it's going to stay nice and green.
Yeah, that's really cool actually. And as I understand, the government right now in Bali become really strict, right, about the rules and all this stuff. And many villas and many other places here right now, was constructed illegally, the government is just removing them, right?
Yeah, some people ask me if we're worried about that, but this is all good news for us. It just means that everything will be done by the book, and yeah, we're very happy with these changes.
Yeah, actually for me it's too. It's give to us understanding that Bali become more mature market, right? And the more strict regulations become, and for the people who are doing everything in the right way, building in the right zone, building in the like right land, right, and building with the proper permissions, everything will be okay with that, right?
Yeah, as an investor, that's what you want. You just want regulations to be applied across the board to by everyone, so everyone knows where they stand. So that's very good news for us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, and we already understand that everything will be okay with the fields, and we can be sure that everything will be good. But what about the occupancy rate for those villas? I see the guys who I already mentioned when I'm coming here that I see the guys who is like working on their laptops.
Did you see any open villas?
No, I see through the glass in the cabinet. You know.
I believe occupancy rate lately has been around 95%, so basically full at all times. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's really nice. That's really nice. And what is the expectations our investors can expect for their returns?
It's a fixed rate of 11%, which is calculated by the total income from the guests, minus operating costs, cleaning and some commissions, waste disposal and such. So that's how we calculate a fixed rate of 11.
Yeah, okay. That's really pretty impressive because that kind of opportunity for the villas and fixed rate. And actually, I tell you one thing, what we agreed is like fixed rate for the 3 years. It will be like 11% for the first year and a little bit less for the next years. And that's like one of the most important topics because like this is a unique complex what you can buy. That complex is freehold, and that complex generate around like 11% per year, and that's pretty impressive actually for the real estate. Actually, like fixed income is pretty impressive, and that the management company is ready for that is telling me a lot about the management company and telling me a lot about that area at all. Could you please tell me a little bit more about the Tumbak Bayou and why it's a good and growing area?
Tumbak Bayou is a very special place to me. When like I told you, my first visit here was in 2011, 2012. And back then, the place to be was Kuta. Very popular with Australian surfers. But as Bali started to get more and more popular, it became extremely congested. So a lot of like the digital nomads, people like me, would try to just stay on the outside of like the craziness. So these days, even a place like Canggu is becoming a bit too congested for some people. Roughly 3 years ago, when I started making Bali my home, I was a little bit younger then, not so many gray hairs, but yeah, back then I definitely enjoyed to be closer to the beach, closer to the party scene. But now that I'm a little bit more appreciating the peace and quiet a bit more, there's no other place I would want to be other than here. You're still under 10 minutes away from my favorite beaches. You're 10, 15 minutes away if you want to go do the party scene in Canggu. You're 7 minutes away from a big place like Pereiranan, which is fantastic restaurants. But for me, what I like to do is just sometimes just get on the bike and just drive a few minutes, just even 5 minutes north, no GPS, just get lost in the rice fields. For me, Tumbak Bayou is kind of where the craziness of Canggu it's a fantastic place, but it kind of marries Canggu and Ubud in the middle of the island, which is jungle and green. So here, you kind of marry the both, which is what I love about it.
Yeah, and attracting more the tenants who are coming for the long term, right?
Yes. This is, if you just want to get a quick taste of Bali and go home, I might recommend going a little bit closer to the beach or enduring some heavier traffic half an hour down. But if you want to stay here for anything more than a month, I would, there's a very good reason why I live here.
And for me, honestly, like that area is also good because the roads here is actually wider than usual in Bali.
That's the one thing that a lot of foreigners struggle here with, especially if you go all the way down to Kuta side, is traffic congestion is a big problem. But over here, roads are much wider and way fewer cars and bikes on the road. So the difference between the traffic congestion here and Canggu and even further down is massive. And the longer you stay, the less patience you might have for something like that, and the more appreciation you might have for something like this. You also feel like you're closer to actual Balinese culture. Anything within 5 minutes of the beach. I mean, it's wonderful for tourists. It's a great holiday, but there's very little Balinese culture happening. Whereas here, I mean, as you know, there's cultural festivals happening, so many that you can't even keep track of them, and then it happens all around.
That's true. So I see that you love that area with your
Tumbak
soul.
Tumbak Bayou, remember it.
Ставай співвласником та інвестуй $20,000 у комплекс Bubble та нарощуй свій капітал з перевіреним об'єктом та всіма необхідними юридичними документами. Нагадаємо, пропозиція керуючої компанії включає в себе 11% гарантованих річних на перший рік і 10% на 2 наступних. У разі, якщо вілла заробила більше, це віддається співвласникам. Вілла матиме 80 років фріхолду володіння землею, що буде давати їй прогнозовану капіталізаційну цінність. Якщо цікаво дізнатись більше, детальніше про об'єкт, є стаття «Огляд» або зв'яжіться з нашим інвестиційним консультантом на платформі. Почніть інвестувати прямо зараз по посиланню.
Also have a short question. How often investors receive the management company reports?
Company reports we do monthly, once a month.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much for that kind of interview, and I see that you love that place with whole your soul. I mean, like Tumbak Bayou area, and I really appreciated that you share your own opinion and thoughts. So, guys, I wish you like really good investments. Here, the Chris was with us today. Chris, thank you so much for the interview. Yeah, if you would like, you can say something to investors and the people who invest in the complex.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch photos on Instagram, but better to come see for yourself. So, give me a call. I'll show you some good restaurants and some secret waterfalls.
Thank you so much again.
Cheers, pleasure.
Pleasure.